for the technologies trouble. And you welcome, and I would like to welcome you in Polish. Witam zicie milego wieczoru. I hope I pronounced it well. And na wstępie pragę podziękować za zapoznanie mnie z Państwem. Okay, that's enough for me, enough Polish. And dziękuję. Dobry wieczór. Today we're going to talk about 21st century skills in early childhood education and the role of the teacher. And thank you very much for having me. And I'm very, very happy that I see more than 1,815, 16. It's going higher and higher and higher. We're going to talk about 21st century skills and early childhood education and the role of teacher. In this concept, we have to talk about like 6 sessions we have. And first of all, we are going to talk about 21st century skills. What does require from us, such as critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. Preparing children for future challenges and careers. How are we going to prepare them for the future challenges? And also the second session is early childhood education. Importance of play-based learning I have to and want to talk about. And it's, of course, the development. When we talk about the development, we always see holistic development. And cognitive, when we talk about holistic, when we say holistic, is cognitive, it's social, it's emotional, and physical growth. Growth, we are not going to talk about only just one of them, but of course, it's holistic growth that we care about when children are growing. Of course, also, we have to talk about early interventions and inclusive education strategies. And of course, we have to talk about the role of the family, and shall we include them into teaching. And the role of the teacher, of course, shifting from traditional teaching to facilitation and mentorship. And of course, professional development and continuous learning for teachers, and the teacher's role in fostering resilience and adaptability in children. Also, evaluation procedures are very important. So we have to talk about evaluation process and suggestions at the end for teachers. I will give a couple of suggestions for teachers and for teachers candidates for early childhood education. So when we look at 21st century skills, when we talk about 21st century skills, we talk about communication, we talk about critical thinking, and it's also important that collaboration, and also, the hard skills that we talk about, content, and also competence and creativeness. Of course, this is also very, very important. Success in global workforce of the 21st century requires that our children be skilled in the 6 C's. We call them knowledge workers. And again, the dynamic model of renewable learning is confidence, creative innovations, content, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. Okay, when we talk about the 6 C's, we are trying to do all those skills and give it to children through playful learning. I am learning by playing. And playful learning is very, very important when we bring those 6 C's into child's world. In fact, a large body of research suggests that a high quality of early childhood programs are characterized by playful environments in which children have strong relationships with their caregivers and are engaged in active learning. So when the children are engaged in active learning, then when the playful environments are provided for the children, then high quality is also will be in charge. This holds for all children throughout the world, in the US, in England, in China, in Singapore, for children who are rural or urban, for children who are rich or poor, for children who are Hispanic, Asian, Caucasian, or Black. That doesn't matter actually. The matter is that playful learning that we are talking about. So we have to, through playful learning, we have to do all our jobs when children are enjoying when learning. And that works. Even though we are from different culture, we are from different environment, we are from different part of the world, playfulness and and enjoying by learning, it holds for all children. But what happened to the play? I mean, today our children, are they playing? What happened? Whatever happened to play? So let's this is a big question. Are they really playing? Are they really learning by playing? Do they have playful environment? We have to make sure that they have playful environment. So have we forgotten how to play? Yes. Now looking at TVs and doing the jobs at home. So the question is, have we forgotten how to play? Play is under siege. Unfortunately, we don't spend so much time on playing. Yes, schools they do perhaps, but we have to talk about this triangle, school, home, and environment. So when those are connected between one another, then it will be much more easier for children to play. If the school is providing a playful environment, that's okay. But if the environment, outside of their school or of their home, and it's not really based on playing, and the child is spending so much time with herself or himself, then we have to question again what happened to play. Or when when he goes to home, and also he is with parents, and are they really supporting that environment as well? Are they supporting? Is the two question: is the environment supporting when what does the kid do in schools, or again are they playing amazing environments? So the consequence for a society is huge. Between are we raising robots, or are we raising creative thinkers? Yeah. Nowadays, we have to also question, what are we doing? We are in the digital area, so there are a lot of things with technologies, yes, but then we have to question what is the consequences for a society. The consequence is huge, between raising a robot or raising a creative thinkers. When we talk about challenge, that's a very challenging to strike a balance between school, home, and environment. You know, what do they do when they get together with their friends? Between the desire to enrich children's lives and need to foster play as a foundation for learning skills like collaboration, communication, content, critical thinking, creative innovation, and confidence. And the challenge is to strike balance among those 6 C's. If we do communication very well and we are lacking in collaboration, or content is perfect but lacking critical thinking, or communication and content is perfect but creative innovation is lacking, or collaboration is good but confidence is lacking, then we are talking about the skills of 21st century. This is the reason the challenge is to strike a balance among those attitudes. Mountains of evidence suggest that early childhood experience dramatically increases children's collaboration, social skills as much as 62%, problem behaviors, and communication language skills by 25%. And in content, we see dramatic increase in reading by 59%, writing and math by 50%. So therefore, early childhood experience are so much important, because whatever we do from 0 age to 5, then we can really foster all those skills when they are at the stage of early uh, learning. And from 0 to 2, as Piaget told, it's like movement, dance and play and movement. And because the development of the children are so based on movement base when we talk about from 0 to 2 years old. When we are talking about from 2 years old, 6 years old, then it's like symbolic interaction, and the language and the symbols are becoming so important when we are talking about 2 to 6 to 2 years old. And when we are talking about 6 to 11, then it's like um, like questioning, critical thinking. It's way more important at that age than when we are talking in early stages. So this is the reason why preschool experiences are so important. And if we do want them to learn the skills of collaboration and communication, and definitely social skills, problem solving, language skills, reading, writing, math, again, early experiences, see 59% affects reading. Early experiences affects writing and math and social skills. That's very important that we do have the foundation for those skills at a very early age. A huge gap. As teachers, are we aware of the research, and also the schools? So then another question we have to ask: what we know in science and what we do. Do we know in science we do a lot of research, we do a lot of articles, and we write a lot of and a lot of experiences done with kids, a lot of experiments done with the kids. But what we do at the end, do we benefit from what we know in science? That's also research showed that there is a huge gap between what we know in science and what we do. Okay, then it is time to bridge the gap. It's time to bridge the gap, what we know and what we do. It's very important that we go back to research and also, do a lot of analysis and come back to our working place and um, and show how better we can uh, do, and so that children can effectively learn at the early stages. In the knowledge area, a child must do more than just learn the facts. She must integrate those facts into a creative framework that solves tomorrow's problems. So, if you want child as an adult to solve tomorrow's problems, then we have to do more than what they just learn. And she must integrate those facts into a creative framework. So creativity is very, very important. So what is the point? Playful learning can help children develop 21st century skills in collaboration, communication, content, critical thinking, creative innovation, and confidence. It is now our job to use play as a key pedagogy for education and acceptable pastime for parents and children. Okay, to reach her potential as a productive citizen in the 2040, right? So she needs to have a high quality early education that will prepare her as a thinker in the workplace of tomorrow. We know what that workplace will demand, the 6 C's, and we know that what it takes to raise intelligent, well adjusted, successful adults. Tomorrow is not too far away. Tomorrow is so near. So, definitely, these three things, intelligent, well adjusted, and successful adults. In order to do that, we have to have a high quality early childhood education that will prepare as a thinker in the workplace of tomorrow. When we talk about nowadays, the importance of early childhood education is accepted by almost everyone. Yes, everyone knows very well that early childhood education is very important stage, and it has to have the most of early childhood education. I teach, and also creative activities that kids should be uh, uh, interacted with. So when I talk about these developmental stages, when every time when we come to 3 to 5 years old, the all these skills are getting more and more and more. They have really readiness skills in 3 to 5. So therefore, children who grow up in a convenient physical and social in a healthy interaction environment demonstrates more rapid and more successful social and academic development. So, children who grow up in a conventional, physical, and social and in a healthy interaction environment. When I talk about environment, I don't say just schools. I also talk about home, and I also talk about the friends that they are playing in the streets. Cultural learning is so also effective than what you teach. Only not teaching is not like provided by the school. Teaching is everywhere. So everybody has to have balance and they have to connect to each other. Yes. This period is seen as the stage where the child has highest learning potential by researchers. We have to be very careful, especially from 3 to 5 years old. The quality of early childhood education affects the higher educational success and even the lifelong success of the child. For this reason, the importance of early childhood education and its quality is unignorable. Okay, what we say about early interventions and inclusive education strategies. So, then importance is well understood. But then, what are the strategies? What we should do? An effective early childhood education program is a child-centered teaching method and techniques. It includes activities that support the holistic development of children, different disciplines, art, science, mathematics, and enable them to acquire various skills. So by meaning a child-centered program, I mean that it should be appropriate for the characteristic of child and cover all areas development, social, emotional, physical, language, and cognitive. So when we talk about learning activities, then teachers should prepare themselves with rich materials and they should be an engineer of activities. If you are a good engineer on activities, and if your activities supports the kids their dream and discover, then that's great. And this should be also there in social, there discover and dream. In social, in emotional, in physical, language, and cognitive skills. I call this 3Ds. 3Ds. What are they? As we talked about 6Cs, and now we are talking about 3Ds. There, discover, and dream. So if the child at the end of the school activity and as a learning outcomes, if they don't learn how to, they should dare, they should discover, they should dream, and so then we have to know the appropriate for the characteristics of the children. And this is the reason why developmental stages are very important. And when I talk about developmental stages, I can send you the article that there is one article, it's really, really well written. So I will share that article with you so that, and it describes all levels, and it describes all the developmental features of children. If the teacher knows what really they bring to the classroom before I teach them, then it becomes easier to do the activities relating how they learn. Actually, we have to know how they learn first, and this is the reason why this article is very important. I will share that article with Mr. Thomas or Dr. Milek, and I hope they will share it with you. Okay, then if we say child-centered program, right? We said child-centered program and also holistic development. Okay, let's talk about the program then. Okay, when we talk about early childhood schools, then we have to talk about the program. What do we mean qualified, a good quality of program? So, a qualified program should be developable. It should be stretchable according to the conditions, because all there are stages, but all children, they don't go through from the same stages at the same time. So the teacher should be a little bit stretchable according to the conditions, allows planning and arrangement with children, and considers the interest of children over time and the issues they are curious about. So the program should consider the interest of children and the issues they are curious about. And also the program considers the opinions and suggestions of the families about the program. So we usually do the program and send it to the families and tell them, okay, this is the program, and today we did this week we did this month we did this activities. But are we asking families, their suggestions, their opinions? Not really quite, so much. And if a program considers about the opinions and suggestions of the families, then it's great, awesome, perfect. Therefore it's a qualified program. Okay, again, a qualified program prefers child-centered teaching methods and techniques, includes plays, includes projects, includes research and reviews, and open-ended questions, especially when they are from 3 to 5 years old. They ask questions so much, and you have to give feedback right away. And you ask questions, and they give you the answers right away. Those are the stages where they have sender and receiver is too very active at the stages when we talk about from 3 to 5 years old children. So, and then group studies, group plays, group and to interact with each other and to explore their communications and everything. So I will definitely share a couple of videos that perhaps in your free time you can check those videos and see what we do or what kind of workshops I do in Turkey. So I do workshops as well with the children, and usually I use those games, and I would like to share it with you as well. See, I will share, let's say, plates game. Okay, and you can share with me individually, or you can send me an email and let me know about your opinions about those games. Perhaps you might want to use those games in your also time. So I saw again, I will share so many activities with you. You can check it from YouTube in your free times, and I hope you can do a couple of those with your kids in the classroom. And if you check it now, please, I will say, please share your opinions. But we are 1,760 people here, so please, you can check those videos in your spare time. Okay, gives children into opportunity to learn in groups and individually. And on those games, we have group, also individual games as well. And again, as I go through those presentations, I will share more than 20 or 30, even more than those games, and see if you can do it in your school with the kids. So supports developmental differences and the active participation. Children with special needs. Yeah, we have to really support developmental differences of the special needs, and some of them they are really good on kinesthetically. Some of them they are good on singing, and some of them they are good on just imitating. As you know, at those stages, children um, loves sharing uh, ideas. So last week I had a 4 years old kid, and I said, "Haydi vur vur vur, haydi vur vur vur, çevir 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 vur vur vur." Just first time, she also just did exactly what I made, and she imitated very fastly, and she got all the movements, and she did it right away, and she learned it in the first place. Yeah, and allows the educator to create the plan in a way that supports the child's learning in a highest level. The program should allow the educator to create the plan in a way that supports the child. It should not be too strict. You have to do this week, we are going to do this week this, and this month this, and this year this. But you have to leave a little bit space to the teacher, and allow the educator to create the plan in a way that supports the child's learning, and also allows the child to use time effectively. When we say haydi vur vur vur, haydi vur vur vur, çevir 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 vur vur vur. When we do that with the child, we also um, you know all those activities, we are trying to teach them how to learn, how to use the time effectively, to have access to the necessary materials for games, and to start spontaneous games. Yes, I sent you, a couple of the games, and also you can check. I will send you more, but you have to give a creative moment. It's not like I do it, you do it, I do it, you do it, but it's you have to give time for games, and also for improvisations. They can do their own singing. They can do their own, movements. They can create another game based on what you taught them, they can do it individually. They can do it with friends together. So they can share all those activities. And I will definitely now share another um, set of activities that will do with body and body percussion. So I prepared and checked for you. This is also previous games were with plates, and now that I'm sharing, it's with body percussion. So they can play those games also with the body percussion. Okay, those are the links that you can also, yes, we can together, not alone. Exactly, those games can learn like we are playing together and not alone. That's true, Kataryan. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, I will share definitely more. In every time when I go through the presentation, then I will share set of play and games that you can do it with the kids. And also, if there will be an opportunity, I will definitely love to come to Warsaw and do the workshops with you, as well as with all the teachers today. They are here and they are going through the presentation with me. And I hope that we can meet one day and we can do those games together. Yeah, club songs is also my favorite. I love body percussion, excellent. Outdoor lessons and music are the best way to learn, definitely. And this is great one. When we say child-centered, early childhood education program should allow teachers to give children as much as time possible to plan, to implement, to organize, question, research, discuss, and produce. When I go and I do with the games, I do all the games. I set up this class, and the children comes, and every 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 10 minutes, we change the sets. We have like let's say setups for 5 games or 4 games. Then we go through, and then again 3D. There, dream, discover. There, dream, discover. There, dream, discover. Every game they do there, they do discover, and they do dream. And they ask me, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? And it's then they are curious about what's coming next. So every time when I go to school and do workshops with kids and teachers, I prepare 3 different more games and more games and more games. And then say, okay, are you curious about what are we going to do today? They say yes. And really, they are having great fun. Yeah. Well, you organize, and perhaps we're gonna do the uh, dream discover, and there. This the last one is there. Okay. In addition, for children to develop positive attitudes towards school, it's important that they develop positive self-perception, feel valued, and interact with their peers and with their teachers. In addition, the child should be given the freedom to participate actively in the activities and to choose the activities to be done in the educational environment and the materials to be played. So, you know, I also teach talented kids, the prodigy kids. They are very very talented, and I also teach teachers who are uh, who are working with the gifted children, and I always tell them that you have to first develop their positive self-perception. If you do develop positive self-perception, when I go to, let's say, like orchestras, concerts, when I go to concerts and when I see those kids like 9 years old, those kids like 3 years old, those kids are 5 or 6 years old and playing with the orchestra and and performing very very um, high level at the age of 11, then I applaud the not only the children but also their teachers, because yes, they are very talented, yeah, but behind them there are this very 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 talented teachers who are teaching them, and at the age of 11 or 12 they become really perfect professionals. And according to research says that if you do give a very good environment, and if you do give a good teachers, then a child who becomes, at the age of 13, they can become a good professionals at the age of 13. When they become 13, then they become professionals. And usually we do, yes, we do say yes. For instance, with music, children who plays piano, who plays violin, who plays drum, and you can see a lot of videos on YouTube as well, and on those kids, about those kids. They do, yes, they are very talented. They do professional performances at the age of 7, at the age of 9, violinists, pianists, but again, uh, who made them to become such professionals? teachers. This is the reason why the child should be given the freedom to participate actively in the activities and choose the activities to be done in the educational environments and the materials to be played. Materials are so very important. A child he starts hearing and 20 weeks when when you're pregnant, in the 20th weeks the child starts uh, hearing. So movements and listening music and for the child's brain development is very important. Actually, education does not start in early childhood, like not at the age of 3, not at the age of 1, not at the age of 0. Education starts when you are pregnant, your babies. When? In the 20th week. 20th week, like 20th week. When you're in your pregnancy, the child starts hearing. Then it is very important that what kind of music also you listen to. When you do all the clapping, all the movement, all the playing, um, it's very very important. And Daria said, I'm sorry, but my English is very poor and hard to understand anything. Then I can, please email me. I can send you all my presentation translations in Polish to your email address, Daria. And, or you can get the presentations from Thomas, and definitely, if you translate, or I should, on Wednesday, I'm going to teach again. So on Wednesday, I can prepare both slides, not only in English, but in English and Polish, so you can go through in Polish as well. It's great that you told me that you can barely understand. Okay, flexible. Flexibility is very important. Early childhood program allows teachers to make the necessary arrangements in the education process according to the daily and instant changes that may occur. The teacher who uses this program prepares, implements, evaluates the training, and plans himself. The teacher can bring together the achievements, indicators, and concepts in the program in different ways. They can prepare their activities integrated or separately, and they can enrich learning by making use of different topics, different activities, different environments, and different materials. When we say different topics, different activities, and different learning environments and different materials, then you are making the rich environment, and so that children can learn what suits with them very well. So I will send you another set of games, and not body percussion. It's like with glasses. Yeah, here another sets of game. You can check those as well. Yeah. Okay. Please check those games again so that perhaps you know some of them, or perhaps it's new to you. You can use it everywhere. So I will ask Mr. Thomas to, I am sure you have all email addresses, and to share with the presentation. Okay. Creativity is very important. Creativity is very important. Okay. We make sure, yes, definitely. I will share a translated presentation also, so that you can go through from the translations. We make sure that individual differences of children is supported with different materials, different methods, and different techniques with the learning processes. Opportunities is created for children to express themselves in different ways and in a unique way in environments that suits their learning needs and learning styles. So every children, they have, every child, they have their own style of learning, and they have their own learning needs. And this is the reason why we have to create opportunities for children to express themselves in the classroom. Okay, thank you sharing your email addresses. But of course, we are 1,733 people here. So I will definitely make sure that you have your email addresses, and so that I can share the presentation translated once with you. Yes, presentation in Polish. Okay. Learning by exploring is another area. In learning by exploring, it is important for the child to participate effectively in the learning process, to transfer what he has learned to different situations and to use it in new situations. The program encourages the child to notice what is happening around him and ask questions about the topics he's curious of, and research, explore, and learn by doing and playing. Thus, meaningful learning is realized instead of rote learning. So we have to do a meaningful learning, create an environment that really makes sense for them and for their understandings. Okay, sure. Translate presentation will be sent to your emails, no problem. Okay. When we are talking about learning, then it should be balanced, right? We have to go from, everything has to be in balance. If we don't do it in balance, then we might not go through or reach the child. Since the early childhood program aims to support the development of children in many ways, achievements and indicators related to all development areas are addressed in a balanced way in education plans. Similarly, passive and active activities, types of learning events, art, mathematics, games, working methods, large group, small group, individual group, place where the activity is applied, indoor and outdoor spaces, and the time allocated to activities are balanced. So, yeah, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, just only three pages. Definitely we have to write 3 pages of essay. I will give the topics at the end of the presentation, so you can write your presentations until the 3rd of January. Only 3 pages. You have to write 3 pages. I will present the topics at the end of the presentation. So then you can write your papers or essays, 3 pages of essays on the topics that I give you. Game-based learning, game-based, and this is the very important one. Before we go to game-based learning, then I will share another sets of games with you. Okay, now, and another sets of games are coming. Okay. Let me share another sets of games. Not only in theory, also in practice, we have so many games. Yeah. Yes, definitely, Lydia. Yes, I want you guys to make sure that Mr. Thomas has your email addresses so that you can have the presentations. Okay. And yes, definitely, you have to make it in English. 3 pages of essays and the topics that I'm going to present. at the end of the lecture. Okay, 2 pages. I was told 3 pages, but 3 pages, I think it will be great. Okay, let me see another questions, because so that I have all your questions, and to make sure that I also reply your messages as well. Okay, I continue with the game based, and please do not forget about those games. You know, you have to copy and paste to other files so that you have all these games again. It's in English. Isabella, it's in English. It has to be in English, okay? The essay is in English. Okay, 2 pages. Okay, if they wrote 2 pages, then 2 pages. Okay, good. Tak. Okay, bardzo dobry. You are doing great. I'm very happy, guys. Today's lecture is 1.5 hours, but I think we started a little bit late, so I have to make sure that you got all this presentation. Okay. During the program of child learns through play, gets to know himself and the world he lives in through play. Express himself best during the play, acquires critical thinking skills within the play. The child's language is play is another word. Play is the child's work. This is very important. See, this is very, very important. Play is the child's work. Again, I'm writing here, play is, do never forget, is the child's work. That's a very important motto. Play is the child's work. If the child doesn't really, there is a question here. It's very difficult for people which don't know English. I think you can use the translations. You know, Google Translations will be okay. Google Translations will be okay for your essays. And you can write it in Polish and translate it in Google. I will definitely understand. Okay. Child's play is the child's work. So we have to use games, methods, active learning, through play. Okay. Cultural and universal values. This is very important that also we go through cultural and universal values as well. So it is important for children to recognize the values of the society they live in and to adopt cultural and universal values in order to raise them as individuals with a sense of responsibility, right? In this respect, the program encourages respect for differences and the acquisition of experiences of living together in harmony with individuals with different characteristics. If you want to create the tomorrow's adult, then we really have to make sure that also this child knows about the cultural differences and prepare himself for the future. Okay, I would like to ask Mr. Thomas to share the other slides, please. Okay. Okay. Families are very important. Yes, thank you, Mr. Thomas. Family education and participation is very important in early childhood. Family education and participation ensures the permanence of the knowledge. skills and attitudes gained by supporting the continuity between school and home. For this reason, Family Support Education Guide, integrated with the Ministry of National Education Preschool Education Program, has been prepared. We do have in Turkey Family Support Education Guide. This is the reason why. So, why the family should be integrated with the program? It's very important that the effects of family involvement by research is very well explained. Looking at the results of the research, the benefits of family participation in terms of children, families, teachers, and institutions can be summarized as follows. So, higher language if benefits for children if the family participates through their learning, and if they support their learning, if they play with the kids, if they are becoming part of the school. It's so important that higher language skills, children gains higher language skills, higher cognitive skills, problem solving skills, start school more ready, and if they get families participation in terms of children, families, teachers, and institution together, better reports, children gets better reports, higher school attendance rate, better homework doing habits, completing assignments, more positive students motivation, more positive attitudes towards school, seeing parents as an important part of education, and more positive attitudes and behaviors, and reduction in antisocial behaviors. This is the reason why when we talk about families and their participation in the games, and especially from 0 to 2 years old, when they are movement based learning, this definitely we do call families as well to become part of the activities, and this is the reason why, and children feel and get all the skills when families participate uh, in the classroom. What do families benefits? Recognize the importance of one's own role in the education of child, contributes to development of the child in many ways, having self-confidence in this regard, becoming aware of your own interests, talent, and skills, acquiring new skills, increasing respect for child, seeing them as an individual, establishing a healthy communication, being able to spare a quality time together, develop a more positive attitude towards participating in activities at school, valuing teachers more and supporting them more. So, um, let me see what else they do share. Yes, definitely, Natalia. Does the fifth year also have to write paper for credit, specifically during the night semester? Yes, 2 pages of paper. Yes. Um, It will be sent by the virtual dean's office. And should I provide an individual email address? I think Mr. Thomas will organize that, Natalia. Is practical to work topic of the lecture? Yes, definitely. Very, very practical. You can also select, another topic if you would like to. Can you write something Polish, please? We don't understand too much. Yes, I will share. I will share the documentation and as a Polish presentation. So I will write this presentation again for you in Polish. Okay. I will reorganize, or let me see, organize the presentation also in Polish. You can have it from Mr. Thomas. From Mr. Thomas. Yes. Okay. What kind of topic? I will share it at the end of it's the ones that I'm explaining to you. I will definitely explain it in at the end. If you have questions about the topics, then I will explain it. Computer person, Mr. Thomas, who's helping us in the computer, in the technology. The technology, Mr. Technology. Mr. Thomas is Mr. Technology. Okay. Okay. Okay, then I will share another set of games again. Please save those games. Perhaps it might give you some ideas how we do it here in Turkey. Okay, here we go. It's coming, another set of games. Okay. Benefits for teacher: implementing the training program more effectively, dedicate more individual time to children, achieving healthy desired results goals together, getting to know children and families better and solving their problems, to be supported and respected more by families, sharing responsibilities and increasing job satisfaction and professional motivation. When we do it together, and school, families, and administrators together, when they work together, the corporate benefits, ensuring the continuity of education, contributing to the all-around development of the child, achieving their goals more easily, and ensuring equality of opportunity in education, improving the quality of education. So how do we evaluate all those information? How do we see the kids are doing well? In evaluation procedures, I would like to share a couple of examples with you. Yes, I will share the topics at the end of presentations. Yes. Okay, it's a very important evaluation of the child, educator evaluation, evaluation of the program, and evaluation of the institution. So, evaluation of the child, regular assessments, checklist, anecdotes, observation, portfolios, those are very important. How we do use portfolios? In preschool education institution, children's portfolios are used to determine what children can learn throughout the year and how they develop. A child's portfolio consists of variety of information and collected the child. Examples of the child's creative work and photographs of these works. Written observations made about the child for 1 year. A checklist of the child's developmental skill, whether these skills have been acquired during the year. And video recordings, audio recordings, examples of products that demonstrates the child's ability. Those are the portfolios that we can use. Observations, how do we do observations? Okay, you have to understand the behavior of children. So every child is observed in and out of the classroom during educational activities and in free time, and that observation records are kept. Since children are not as comfortable expressing themselves as a result, observing them in their daily activities provides the necessary data to gather information about the child. So natural environments without interrupting, without them knowing that observations are being made. Anecdotal records. You can see the examples here. So I will ask the dean's office to translate the presentation and send them to you in Polish. Do not worry. Okay. Okay. I will support you all the way through. Okay. Thank you. Of course. Dziękuję. Dziękuję. Dziękuję bardzo. Okay? Okay. Okay. Anecdotal records, I will share that with you later on. And also, let's see the next one. Checklists. We have the checklist. You have to, control, give teachers ideas, and support them. Both individual observations and group observations are very important. Control lists are used as listing the skills, goals of achievements, and this is the reason why we have to do checklists, developmental checklists for every child. In Turkey, we have daily flow, so the children comes to school at 8 and 8:50. They start the day, they do breakfast and cleaning, and they do playtime, and they also have learning process activities, breakfast cleaning, gathering lunch and cleaning, rest, appetizers, learning process activities, play and movement, music, art, literacy, preparations, science and mathematics, drama, field trips, gathering an individual the day going home. So this is a daily routine for the kids in Turkey in early childhood schools. Individual activities, small group activities. For example, children talk about what they can do with the boxes of the same color and size and leftover materials, and also what is the object, what is for, what materials is made of. Those questions they also do. And we do have event types, larger group events and smaller group events, integrated activities, and all those activities. So, suggestions for teachers. We have a couple of slides left, and I will definitely share. I would like to share the suggestions for teachers, and that's very, very important for you. Children are intellectual, moving, feeling, interacting human beings. To teach them well involves considering and fostering their development and learning in all domains. The reason being, this complete range of development and learning are essential to child's lives and to their coming participation as member of society. Early care and education must take into account all shepherds. The changes taking place in one domain has an impact upon on other domains. Children develop best when they have protected, consistent leadership with responsive adults and opportunities for positive relationships with peers. So from the earliest years of life, wholehearted and cultivating relationships with the responsive adults are necessary for all the imperative areas: language, communication, socialization, and collaboration, compassion, peer relationships, and individuality formation. Early childhood teachers are required to understand the impact of social, cultural frameworks and family circumstances on learning, identify children's developing competencies, and be familiar with the variety of ways that children may establish in their progressive achievements. Children create their knowledge and understanding of the world in course of their own experiences, as well as from teachers, family members, peers, and older children, and from works from other media. They are strong-minded and are able to interpret the concepts in an appropriate manner. When receiving the inputs, preschool students usually form their interpretation about the world. When they make their own knowledge, their understanding gets deeper and they can transfer and apply their learning to the new framework. So, in bringing about those innovative strategies, methods in an early childhood education, the teacher is regarded as the main element. Teachers are required to conduct research by making use of various sources such as books, articles, collaboration with others, organize meetings, get engaged in group discussions, implementations of proper performances, appraisal systems, and so forth. Okay, now the topics. Okay, we are at the end of our lecture. Here are the topics that you have to write essay. You can choose either first one, you can choose second one, and third one or fourth one. It doesn't matter which one you choose. So you have to write essays on those topics. Okay. I will send the presentation in Polish. Also in English. Yes, you need to, Natalia. Yes, we need to choose one of these. Yes, yes, exactly. You have to choose one of those topics and write 3 pages of essays. Choose your topic from 3Ds, Dare, Dream, Discover, and write 2 pages of essay. Yes, you have to write it in English, yes. Okay, any other questions? Let me see, they sent me, let me see, 3 pages or 2 pages or 3 pages. Let me see, Katarina sent me. Okay. Okay. Three pages or 2 homeworks. Yes, in English. Use Google Translations. Let me see, another questions? Let me ask them. Where they are going to, I am sending them message. I asked Dr. Milek, where are you going? Okay. What topic? Yes, essay must be based on the slides. What topic? Those are the topic. Those are the questions, and any question that you can pick up and write an essay on it. And of course, you have to do a little bit research. Okay. Yes, definitely, Isabella. Please send us the presentation. I will send you the presentation. Yes, from the slides, you can write, find your topic, any topic from the slides, it can be creativity, it can be those questions, it can be flexibility, it can be child-centered, it can be those games that I send you, anything that about the topics. So I will send you the other games as well. Last games. Okay, even more games I send you now. Okay, let me see. Any topic that you can choose. Those are the games that you might want to use in your schools with the kids. Yes, definitely. You can write an essay about the whole presentation, like summary. Definitely, Alexandra. Can we write an essay about all the presentation? Yes, definitely. See, you can write essay on those questions or any topics that that the title we had in the previous with all the slides. You can write about communication. You can write about critical thinking. You can write about creativity in early childhood education. You can think about flexibility and family participation, evaluation, observation. You can write about anything. You can dare, discover, dream. But you can, again, all those topics that we talked about and throughout the whole presentation, you can pick up any title and write your essays on it. Yes, I can show you the last slide here. Yes. Imagination is more important than knowledge. So we have to imagine and we have to make child's to, foster the child's imagination. Yes, you can write a summary of the whole presentation. Definitely. Okay. Okay. Dziękuję. Dobry wieczór. I am from Antalya, from Turkey. Czekam na ciebie w Antalii, kiedy tylko się. Did you understand? Okay, last slide. Okay. This is the last slide. Okay, another. Dobre noci. Thank you. Good night. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Cinque. Cinque. Dobry wieczór. Yes, I will send a presentation. Oh, great. Okay, czekam na ciebie w Antalii, kiedy tylko cię. Bardzo dobry. Dobry wieczór. Dobry wieczór. Dobry wieczór. Thank you. Cinque. Czekam na ciebie w Antalii, kiedy tylko cię. Good night. Are you sure 2 pages will be enough? They told me that, yes, please, 3 pages or 2 homeworks. 3 pages or 2 homeworks. Three pages or 2 homeworks. So write it 3 pages, please. Write 3 pages, please, or 2 homeworks. Meaning 2 topics. So I would recommend you write 3 pages. Okay? Okay. Dziękuję. Dobry wieczór. Dziękuję. Dobry wieczór. Dziękuję dobry wieczór. Write Polish and translate it into Google in English. Bye bye.